Good morning everyone. This is Lavanya. I am from BVRIT Narsapur from AIDS department. So now let us discuss about Python programming. In that I will discuss about the topic decision control statements. So now let's go for the topic. So here decision control statements. So what is control statement? So control statement defines the control flow of a set of instructions. So here in this we are having some types of control statements. So there are three types of control statements. So those are sequential control statement and selection control statements and iterative control statements. So let's discuss about sequential control statements. So sequential control statement is a compound sequence of statements so which are executed one after the other. So let's look at the sample program. Print hello everyone, print how are you doing. So here the output will be hello everyone, how are you doing. So here we are executing the statements one by one. So that is first it will print hello everyone, then it will print how are you doing. So here the syntax for print statement is, so in the C language we are using printf statement. So here we are using just print statements to print the output on the screen. So here we are using, so whatever we are writing in the double quotes, so that will be printed on the screen. So here I have written in the print statement, I have written hello everyone. So it will be print hello everyone. After that it will print how are you doing. So let's see the output for this one. So now let's run the program. So now we got the output hello everyone, how are you doing. That is sequential. So one after the other it is printing the two statements. So now let's go back for the PPT. So now let's discuss about selection control statements. So in selection control statements we are having decisions. Based on decision we are executing some set of instructions. So here we can check for multiple decisions or we can check single decision. So that is, so for example, a given year is a leap year or not, a number is even or odd, a number is prime number or not a prime. So we can decide based upon the selection control statements. So here we are having some selection control statements. Those are simple if statement, then if else, next nested if statement, then later we are having if else elif statement. So here now let's discuss about simple if statement. So simple if, so here we are checking only one condition. So if that condition is true, it will execute particular block of code, or otherwise it will come out of the condition. So here let's check the syntax for if. So if condition colon statement, so here we are executing, so if that condition is true, it will execute this statement block 1. So that is, here we are giving colon. So what is colon? So colon means indentation in Python. So in Python we are using indentation for block of code. So indentation is a white space. So in C programming, so suppose if we are executing if, so we are using curly braces. Instead of curly braces, so we are using here indentation, that is colon. So after colon we have to give one tab space. So if we are giving one tab space here, it will be in the if condition. So otherwise if you are not giving any tab space, so it is not in the if. So it is out of the if statement. So let's look at the flowchart. So here I am taking a test expression. So based on test expression, if that expression is true, so I am executing block 1, statement block 1. So if that is false, suppose if the statement is false, so that it will execute statement X. So it will come out of that if condition, then it will execute statement X. So it is only, we are checking only for true block. So we are not checking for false block. So that will be in the later discussion. So now let's example. So we are checking based on the age, we are a major or a minor. So here I am writing a code. I am entering name equal to input of enter your name. So here the input statement is like scanf statement in C language. So in Python we are using instead of scanf statement we are using input statements. So in the input whatever we are giving in the double quotes, that will be printed on the output. So that is, here I am giving enter your age, sorry, enter your name. So it will be, so I'm giving x equal to int of input of enter your age. So input statement by default it will take a string data type. So age is of integer data type. So that's why I'm converting it into int of. So this one we are calling as typecasting. So that one data type we are converting into the other data type externally. So here if x is greater than or equal to 18, I'm entering. So based on, suppose I am giving x value as, so here in the input I am giving x value as some 15. So suppose if I am giving 15 is greater than or equal to 18, no, condition false. So it will come out of this block. So it won't give any output. So but if I am giving, suppose I am giving age is 18. So 18 is greater than or equal to 18. So condition is true. So it will print name your major. So that is, I am giving suppose name Pradyuda. So here let's check for the output. So here I have given, suppose if I am running this code, so here it is giving indentation error. So that is expected an indent block after if statement. So that is after if I have not given tab space. So that's why it is giving indentation error. So now let's run the program again. So enter your name. Suppose I am entering Pradyuda. Suppose I am entering age as 18. So here it is giving the output as Pradyuda your major. So let's check for the age below 18. So suppose I am giving one more name, Shritik. Here I am entering the age as 9 years. So here it is not giving any output. So here we are checking only for true block. So now let's go for the PPT. So next one, if else statement. So in the previous simple if statement we are checked for only true block. So here we are checking for false block also. That is, if is for true block and else is for false block. So suppose here let's check the flow chart of the given if else statement. So here I am checking first test expression. So I am giving one expression here. If that expression is true, it will execute statement block 1. So that is if. So if that statement expression is false, so it is executing statement block 2. So that is else block. So here, so the syntax is if condition is true, it will execute statement block 1. Otherwise it will execute statement block 2. So if the condition becomes false. So now look at the program about program to take values of length and breadth of a rectangle from the user and check if it is a square or not. So here what is the logic of this program? So we are taking length and breadth from the user. So that is we have to use input statement. So we are giving the input. So then after that, based on length and breadth, so if length and breadth are equal, so then it is a square. So here if it is not equal, it is a rectangle. So here I am giving first length equal to int of input of enter length. So that is I am giving first length value. So here length is a variable. So why I am using int of input of enter length? Why? Because length is of type integer. So that's why I am converting this string data type into integer data type. Always input statement takes the data type as string data type only. So here we are converting string into integer. So this one we are calling as typecasting. So here next I am entering some breadth, int input of enter breadth. So I am entering length and breadth. Suppose I have entered length as 5 and breadth as 6. So it will check for if length equal to breadth. So that is 5 equal to 6? No. So it is, the condition becomes false. It will execute else block. So that is no, it is only rectangle. Suppose if I am giving length as 5 and breadth as 5, so both are equal. So it will print S, it is a square. So let's look at the output of this program. So now I will run the code. So enter length. Suppose I am entering length as 5. The next I am entering length breadth as 6. So it is giving the output as no, it is only rectangle. So why? Because length equal to breadth. So length is 5 and breadth is 6. Both are not equal. So that's why it is printing false blocks, that is else block. So no, it is only rectangle. So now suppose if I want to check for both are equal, length and breadth are equal. So when I am giving both length and breadth are equal, suppose I am giving length as 5 as well as breadth as 5. So now the output will be yes, it is a square. So why? Because length equal to breadth. So that's why it will be printing yes, it is a square. So now let's go for the PPT. So we are checking for nested if else condition. So that is within the if block, if I want to check for multiple conditions, so that in that case I am taking nested if. So here I am taking if condition 1. So if the condition 1 is true, it will go for condition 2. It will check for condition 2. If the condition 1 is true only, then it will go for condition 2. Otherwise it won't go for condition 2. So here I am taking one example program for nested if statement. So here I am taking number equal to 15. Just here I am not taking from the user. I am initializing value to the number. So that is num equal to 15. So if number is greater than or equal to 0, so the number value is 15 here, it will be paused to number. So that is 15 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. So if, then it will go for the inner if. So that is if number equal to 0. So number is 15. So it is not equal to 0. So it won't print the 0. So why? Because it is false. So it will go for this else block. So that is it will print positive number. Suppose I am giving here num equal to some minus 1. So here it will check for the condition num greater than or equal to 0, that is minus 1 greater than or equal to 0, no. So it won't go to this inner if condition. So it will print directly negative number. So that is it will go for directly else block. So that is negative number. So suppose if I want to check for the output, so here number equal to 15 I have given. So that's why it is giving positive number. If suppose I am running the code again. Suppose here I am giving number is minus 2. So now let's run the program. So it is giving negative number. Why? Because if number equal to minus 2, so it will check for if number, so that is minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. No, condition becomes false. So that's why it won't go to this inner if statement. So it will directly come for the else block. So that is print negative number. So it will print negative number. So now let's go for the PPT. So last one is if else block. So in the case of Python, we are not using else if. So the syntax will be elif. In the C, we are having else if. So here we are having elif. So if condition 1 is true, it will execute statement block 1. So if that condition is false, so it will check for the elif condition. So that is it will check for condition 2. So if that condition 2 is true, it will execute block 2. Or otherwise, if that condition becomes false, it will go for else block. So that is statement block n. So now let's take an example. So here I am taking letter equal to A. So it will check for if letter equal to A. So here I am giving letter value as A. So A equal to B now? No. So it won't execute this if condition. So next it will check for elif. So that is elif letter. So what is the letter value we are having? A. So A equal to C? No. So condition false. So it will check for another elif statement. So that is letter equal to A. So that is A equal to A. So the condition becomes true. So it will execute letter is A. Otherwise, suppose if I am not giving here also, here suppose I have given letter as some D. So then it won't execute any of the statements. It will directly execute letter isn't A, B or C. So let's look at the output for this one. So here I am initializing letter as A, so that's why it is printing letter is A. So why? Because here I am checking for first if condition. Just now we have discussed. So suppose I am giving some letter as D. Okay. So now I will run the code. So here it is giving the output as letter isn't A, B or C. Why? Because here I am giving letter as D. So D equal to B? No. So it won't execute this if condition, if block. Next it will go for elif block. So here letter is D. D equal to C? No. So the condition becomes false. So next it will go for another elif. So that is now letter equal to D here. D equal to A? No. So condition becomes false. So it will go for else block. So it will print letter isn't A, B or C. So here we are checking for 3 conditions. So if those 3 conditions are false, it will go for else block. So now let's go back for the PPT. So next we have discussed till now selection control statements. So here now we are discussing about iterative control statements. So what is iterative? So iterative means we can calling it as looping statements. So what is loop? So it will execute in that particular loop if that condition if that condition becomes false. So we are executing some number of statements iteratively. Why? Condition is true. So here we are having 2 types of looping constructs. Those are while loop and for loop. So in the while loop, so while loop also called as entry control loop type. Why? Because so we on the entering of the while loop only we are checking for the condition. If that condition is true, then it will go for the while block. Otherwise, it won't go to the while block. So it will come out of the while loop. So let's check for the syntax. While condition is true, it will execute block 1. Or otherwise it won't execute the block 1. So here after the condition becomes true, so it will execute some code or some set of statements and it will increment the value. So that is it will update the value. So let's look at the program. I equal to 0. I am initializing I value as 0. While I is less than or equal to 0. So while I less than or equal to 10. So that is 0 is less than or equal to 10. So here I want to print the numbers from 0 to 10. So here I am giving equal to 10. So if I am giving only less than, it will print 0 to 9. If I am giving less than or equal to, it will print 0 to 10 numbers. So that's why, so first we'll check for 0. So 0 tracing, we'll check for the program tracing. 0 less than or equal to 10. So first 0 less than or equal to 10. So condition true. So it will go for the loop. So that is, it will print 0. Next, so here in the print statement I am giving end. So that end means, so it will give space, only one space. It won't go for the new line. It will give some space between the numbers. So that's next one, I equal to I plus 1. So that is I value now, what is the I value? I equal to I plus 1 means 0 plus 1. So that is 1. So now it will go back to the for loop. So that is while I less than or equal to 10. So that is, here I am checking for 1. So 1 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, condition is 1 is less than or equal to 10. Condition true again. So it will print 1. So that is 0, 1. Next, what is the I value? I equal to, so later initially I value is now 1. So 1 plus 1. So that is 2. So now it will go for again while loop and it will check for 2. So 2 less than or equal to 10. Yes, condition is true. So now it will print 2 less than or equal to 10. So condition is true. It will print I value, that is 0, 1, 2. So that is next, it will increment I value, that is I equal to now 2 plus 1. So that is 3. So again it will check for I value, that is 3 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. So and so on it will execute. Let's take the number 10 last. So that is, now I value is 10. So 10 less than or equal to 10. Condition is true. So it will print I value. So that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So next I value will become 10 plus 1, that is 11. So it will check for I value now. It will check for the condition. So that is 11 is less than or equal to 10. No, condition becomes false. So it will come out of the loop and it will print this numbers. So that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now let's look about the output. While I less than or equal to 10. So it will print 0 to 10 numbers. Suppose here I am giving not equal to, only I am checking for I less than 10. So it will print only 0 to 9 numbers. So that is, so see, so previously when I am giving I less than or equal to 10, it is printing 0 to 10. So here I am giving only less than condition. I am not giving equal to. If I am giving equal to only, it will check for until equal to number, or otherwise it will check for the lesser number. So that is 10 minus 1. So that is 9. So it is printing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you everyone.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.